Hello guys, welcome back to the Field Gamers channel, and in today's video I'm going to do a little bit of a horse tutorial for you guys. My last video I built a horse barn for you guys to put these new horses in, and I know that these horses are a huge hit now on Minecraft. Everybody's really excited about them, I know I am. And so I just figured for those of you who may not know exactly how horses work, how they function, this is just a quick tutorial for you guys so you can quickly learn everything there is to know about horses. So this is pretty much a tutorial to teach you everything you need to know about horses. So first off, in creative mode, we have our spawn horse egg. So it does come with the horse egg, so I'll go ahead and spawn a horse right here. Now, when you spawn a horse, or when you find a horse, there's going to be a lot of different types of horses. This one, I've actually never seen this type. There's actually a lot of different types of horses. This one's all white. This one over here is like a brown one. There's donkeys. There's all kinds of different breeds of horses. So depending on what horse you find, this one just happens to be white. I'm pretty sure that each horse has its own stats, but I'm not really 100% sure on that. That's something that I'll have to do a little bit of research on. You can let me know in the comments if you know anything more on that. But I'll go ahead and get rid of my spawn egg real quick. But basically, to tame a horse, because this one is wild, you just need to make sure you have nothing in your hand, and then you're going to right click on the horse so that you're on the horse. Basically, he's going to kick you off like he just did that there. You're just going to keep doing this over and over again. He'll keep kicking you off. So you're right clicking on the horse, he'll kick you off. It's a pretty annoying process of him not wanting you on him. Eventually, you'll see the hearts pop up just like you do when you're taming a dog, when you're giving him a bone and he learns to like you. So we'll keep doing this for a little bit until he finally learns to love me. And this one's stubborn. Sometimes it happens really quickly, sometimes they're really stubborn. So there we go, you just saw the hearts pop up on the screen. That means that he loves me. Now, to get off of the horse, some people get confused. You have to hit the left shift button. That's how you get off. If you right click, nothing happens. So left click the shift button, and then take a saddle, just the same saddle you would use for a pig. Right click on him, and take the saddle and put him on. And now the horse is tamed, and you can right click on him again. And now that you have a saddle on him, you can actually use your keys and ride him around wherever you want. So you can actually have full control, and depending on what type of horse you have, some are faster, some are, some jump higher. They have a jump meter bar, so when I run and I jump, if you hold the meter bar down, he'll jump a really far distance. You have to hold it right at the right distance, and so this one doesn't actually jump as high as some of my other horses that I've played around with. So this one might not have as high of a jump meter as another horse might have. So that's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and get off of him real quick. Another thing you can do, and I'll go ahead and get off right here next to this fence post so I can show you something. There is the new rope, and it's actually called a lead, but I like to call it a rope. Basically all you do is you right click on the horse with it, and then you right click on the fence posts, and now the horse is tied up to the post and he can't run off, because if you just let him sit out in the open, eventually they'll wander off. You might lose your horse, and if you lose your horse, that's probably not that good of an idea to lose your horse, especially if it takes a while to find one. Another thing you can do, again, you have to have nothing in your hand when you're riding them. You can hit the E button and the horse has its inventory, so they have a saddle, and then they have another space where you can add a piece of armor. So for this one, I'll go ahead and add a diamond armor plate. And now the horse has a diamond armor plate on. This will help protect the horse, especially since it's diamond. You can't actually make these or craft them in Minecraft right now. You can find them in chests and dungeons, or in temples or pyramids, natural pyramids that are spawned in the game. But unfortunately, right now you cannot craft them, so they're going to be kind of rare to get. So if you ever find one in Minecraft, definitely hold on to them. Even if you don't have a horse, for down the road you might need it. So that's pretty cool. It's a cool feature. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I'll get off real quick. And the lead, there is actually a recipe, the rope lead, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of wrote it over here. To create the rope lead, whatever you want to call it, you do the 3 strings in the top corner like this. Put a piece of string on the bottom right corner right here, and then you put a slime ball in the middle, and then you'll get your lead. And then I haven't talked about this yet, but since I'm already over here, there's also hay bales in this new update with horses, and you just fill up the whole crafting block with hay, and you get your hay bale. So that one's pretty easy to make, pretty simple. Another thing you can do is feed them just like you do dogs. you can just right click on them with a piece of wheat. So I already got a piece of wheat here. I'll just right click on them. Oops. Oh, I'm in creative mode. I think it's because I'm in creative mode, but if you're not in creative mode, you should just be able to right click them and then it'll give them their wheat. You can also feed them hay bales. So if you want to feed them a hay bale, I think that might give them more food since it's a bunch of wheat combined and condensed into one. Another thing that they have is name tags. And you don't have to use name tags just for horses. This can be used for any mod. But what you do is you're going to take these name tags, and again, these don't have a crafting recipe either, so you'll have to find these in a cave or like in a dungeon. Same thing with the horse armor. You're going to take it to an anvil, right click on the anvil, and you're just going to put one of them right here in the anvil. And then you don't have to add anything here, but you're going to go ahead and change the name. So I will go ahead and change this to White Horse, because that horse I just made was white. That way I can just remember him. White Horse. It'll cost 5 enchantment points. You click the thing, and now you have a name tag that says White Horse, and then you can see the difference. This one just says name tag on it, and this one is actually changed and italicized and says White Horse on it, so you can actually identify it as your new name tag that you created. So I'll go ahead and go to the White Horse, and I'll right click on the right horse, and now above his head, only when you're looking at the horse it'll say White Horse. So when I turn away, now I can't see it. Now I can, now I can't, now I can. So if you're on a server and you have your horses and you want to make sure that your horse is distinct from anybody else's horse, you can give it a name tag and put your name. So for me, if I was on a server, I could put Field Gamer's horse above the horse. That way everybody knows this is my horse. Please don't steal it, don't confuse it with somebody else's, because somebody else might have a white horse with diamond armor, and a saddle and everything. And then how do you know which one's yours? If you put a name tag on it, then you don't have to worry about which one's yours. So that's just a kind of a cool idea, especially if you want to give your horse a cool name. That's always fun to do. So one other thing I did want to show you is these donkeys have a really cool application to them. You can find these donkeys just like out in the wild, just like you do horses. Same way you tame them, the same way you do horses. Then you put a saddle on them to control where they go. But one really interesting thing that you can do with them is they have a chest. So if you have a chest in your inventory and you just right click on the donkey, it'll add a chest to the back of the donkey. So the chest is not there originally. You won't find the donkey with a chest on it. You have to actually add the chest to the donkey, which I've already done for you. And then when you actually get on the horse, or the donkey, my bad, and you can ride these around the same. Basically everything about a donkey is the same as horses except for this chest application. When I hit the E button to see its inventory, I can now store things on this donkey, which is a really cool application because, if you have a bunch of, if you want to go mining, you can take your donkey with you. If you find all these supplies and you don't have enough to fit in your inventory, you can actually put it in this chest and ride the donkey out, and you'll have extra space to store your things. You can also use this to allow somebody else to use your stuff. So you could leave your donkey somewhere, somebody else could ride your donkey, and you could have a whole system going. I think that that's just going to really help a lot of cool ideas in the game. So I'm really excited to maybe work with some people and have these donkeys in the game, especially if you have a bunch of donkeys. If you have like 10 donkeys and you can bring them all down into a cave with you, so in your mining you can just keep them going, and you can have somebody come back and forth and ride the donkeys in and out, and basically have a whole mining operation going with these donkeys. And that'll be a lot more convenient than making those railroad tracks and mine carting all the stuff out. I feel like this will just be a lot easier. So that is pretty much it. I covered everything there is to cover with horses and donkeys. Yeah, pretty much just have fun with it, play around with these horses. I'll go ahead and go inside the barn real quick just to kind of show you that there are a variety of different types of horses. And the variety of horses, they're not all included here. These are just some of the horses that are in the game. So you can see this one's like black with white spots. This one's like all brown. This one's kind of grayish with like a black belly. This one over here is like a light brown with like cow white spots. I mean, they're all different. I think this one's gray with a white belly instead. Yeah, so basically they're all, this one's like an orangey brown color. They're all really cool looking. Each one has its own skill levels, and I don't really understand how that works yet, but I'll have to do my own research. If you guys figure that out, you can leave a comment in the description below and let me know, because I'd be really interested in knowing that myself. So that is all there is to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really hope you guys have fun with these horses. I know I am going to have a lot of fun with these horses. And my next video, hopefully I'll be able to get something Halloween for you guys, because I know Halloween's coming up soon. So I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.